There is no provision for open grazing in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but there is provision for states to make laws for good governance of their states, as long as it does not conflict with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So when Mr. President says he disagrees with banning of open grazing, and he is not in support, I begin to wonder why that should happen. The National Economic Council is a creation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which Mr. President himself inaugurated, chaired by the Vice President, with 36 governors and other ministers. So that body represents the entire country. And so if they take a decision on a policy that will solve the problem of farmers and herdsmen, and Mr. President brush it aside, how can you say that you're ruling with the Constitution? Look at the appointments today in this country. Is it representing federal character policy in the law? Let's be frank to ourselves. So I think that there are other aspects that is ruling according to the Constitution, but he should listen to some of us who are criticizing. This criticism is constructive. It's meant to help him to make adjustment on some of those things that will help him govern this country better. And so if we point out some lapses, it shouldn't be a matter of vilifying, castigating, intimidating, and blackmailing us, and even raising some media people to insult us and say, that is not the kind of thing. I want the president to succeed. That is why I give constructive criticisms on things that I think can work. And you're working with me here. I've allowed the media to criticize me constructively. It's only when you attempt destructive criticism that is wrong. So, Mr. President, we have to go back and reflect on that statement. There are areas that is not ruling according to the Constitution. We are in a federation. The roles of the local governments are complementary to the state and the federal government, and the roles of the state are also complementary to the federal government. But we have our specific responsibilities. But you will recall that recently we've been calling for devolution of power, we've been calling for restructuring, and to ensure that we have more powers, we have more resources, we have control of at least the police, so that will help us control things better. So Mr. President should not shift his responsibility. He should know that he is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He does the appointments of the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Defense Staff, the DGSS, all the service chiefs. It is the responsibility of the President that he appoints. The Constitution gives him the right to do that. So he shouldn't be shifting blame. He should stand up to his responsibility and call us. I have always said that. Let there be a dialogue, a summit, that we can also make inputs, because we are on ground. We are representing him at the state level. So it's not just a matter of saying that he should go and do. He has a role to play. I know we have complementary roles to play. Everyone, 36 governors in Nigeria, you ask them today, they support security agencies to ensure that they succeed with logistics, vehicles and all that, even equipment and all that. So it is a matter of complementing our role. He can't say he will run away from his responsibility. If he is doing that, if he is shifting responsibility to us, let him give us the resources that are meant. Let him allow for the equitable distribution of the resources we have, so that revenue sharing formula too will be adjusted. Then we can take responsibility. Let them give us state police, at least. That will help. Go to my own local government now. More than 3/4 of the local government have been invaded and taken over by herdsmen. Have you not heard the president directive that they should shoot aside anyone carrying AK-47? I have told my people to avoid carrying AK-47. If Fulanis are having that. And in any case, where were those cattle killed? Where? So this is just a way of trying to divert attention, turn people away from the real issues that are on ground. There is nothing like that. I tell you that Mayetiala is a terrorist organization, and that is why I will continue to say that they should be proscribed. because they don't mean well. They mean to destroy this country. Some of us, we believe in the unity of this country. We believe in living together. We believe in live and let's live. We believe in cohabiting with everyone, whether Fulani, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, anyone. And that is why, have you ever heard ethnic problem here in Benue State? You never hear them. You have never heard religious crisis. Nigeria is a secular country. We want it to remain like that so that we can practice our religion, practice our culture to the extent that the law does not prohibit the way we practice it. So if people are trying to change the narrative from the actual things that they are doing against the people, and still see it as a way of blackmailing us, Benue State will not be blackmailed. I won't be blackmailed into accepting an evil agenda of taking over our land, occupying it, and doing all kind of atrocity. In Benue State here, go and check the records. NFU can go and check. Anti-corruption agencies can go and check whether I tamper with funds available to local government. I do not go there. Even the area where we're supposed to be contributing money, the local government and the state in a joint account, as enacted and signed into law by Benue State House of Assembly and the then governor signed. I have not operated that account since I came in. I prefer that money goes to each of the local government and they spend. And the records are there for anyone to come and see. So to that extent, as far as I'm concerned, I can talk for myself that that allegation is not true. I would prefer that all of us come together and look at this matter very well. That is my call to Mr. President. But unfortunately, when you say objective points that we help solve this problem that we are in today, they go there insulting and blackmailing. I even make jests of what you're trying to say. I would say that we need a dialogue. We need to come together. Mr. President cannot do it alone. Mr. President requires the 774 local government chairmen. Mr. President requires the 36 governors. Mr. President requires all of us, ministers, all stakeholders, traditional rulers, to come together. He should listen to them because the problem we have here is different from the one happening in Zamfara and Kaduna and other states. So if we sit together, we'll be able to find a common ground to discuss and solve this problem. There are issues that Mr. President will need to address. There are issues that governors and local government chairmen and traditional rulers and the people themselves we need to address because we're in a democratic government. And so how we want Mr. President to arrange whatever you call it, whether summit or dialogue or conference or whatever, but there is need. Our people say that literal translation is the sitting together of Magbara people that they know how to blacksmith. If we sit together, we'll be able to panabit the whole thing and come to a resolution that will be a win-win for Mr. President, for governors, for chairmen, and for the rest of the people of this country. But as of today, all is not well with Nigeria. My appeal to Mr. President that he should not allow this country to dissolve under his hands, because we trusted him. Nigerians trusted him in 2015. In 2019, he was also trusted and they elected him. And he should reciprocate by ensuring good governance, ensuring equity, fairness, and justice. Today in Nigeria, there is no equity, no fairness, no justice. And look at all the things that he promised Nigerians that we do. Is it corruption? Is it electricity? Is it security? Or what? You can imagine a minister serving currently in the Federal Republic of Nigeria was caught by a $37 million estate. And we are told by the EFCC chairman himself that this minister remitted $20 million to the bank. And EFCC were able to trace this money and got it. What have we heard? Who is that minister? Mr. President, if he's a man of integrity, should come out, bring that minister out, and the minister should face prosecution. But this issue of selective justice against people, Is it not here when a chairman of APC say that once you come to APC, you have become a saint. Your old sins are forgiven. And they will draw a line. And today, we see so many corrupt people in the Federal Executive Council, people who were having cases with EFCC and all that. Have you heard about them again? This is the point. And that is, it means there is selective justice. So they should allow EFCC to function as enshrined in the law establishing it. They should allow the anti-corruption agencies to function very well. But now, what it's doing is just to favor. I know about several ministers who have stolen billions in this country, and nothing is happening. They are not being arrested, they are not being prosecuted because they are in the ruling party. This is not the Nigeria way. This is not the democracy we wanted, and this is not the Nigeria we wanted. So Mr. President must come out and prove himself that truly he is the president of this country. He is for everybody and for nobody. This is the point. I think that statement was very right, but the implementation of that statement is what caused the question that Mr. President is not following it.